Heyo, hello. Look at me, I'm wearing a cute little sweater. Well, despite how charming that was, I am going... Okay, remember how Kevin Hart... I don't know if you know, but like some people, some of you will know, Kevin Hart would face like huge backlash because I guess, well, there was this joke that he made once that was like, it was this homophobic. He was like, oh, if my son was gay, I'd like hit him with a dollhouse or whatever. Like, okay, like where was he gonna get a dollhouse? He would have gotten the kid the dollhouse first and then beat him with it. That's weird. Whatever, but... Aside from that point, I guess, like, yes, that does seem, like, hostile and everything, but he was like, I'm not, like, anti-gay people for real. It's just, like, if it was my kid, I'd be like, "Brr," which is fair, because, like, personally, like, there's some things you wouldn't want your kid to be like. I would never want my kid to be Republican, or, like, maybe religious or something, but, but, like, okay, you do not, people were like, oh, why aren't you, like, for gay people, this and that, why aren't you an ally? And I don't think you have to be an ally. I don't think everyone has to be an ally. I think it's still dumb, but I get that some people are religious, and then thus, because of whatever their scripture said, they aren't, like, they are against LGBT people or whatever, and they're like, oh, I think men and women should be together and just that, and, like, whatever their dumb excuse or reason is. But I don't think you have to be an ally. I don't think you have to be an ally. Like, yes, if you're, like, not serving people who are in the LGBT, or if you are openly discriminating on them, then yeah, you probably suck and you should stop doing any of that. But I don't think you have to be an LGBT ally, because, I mean, let me tell you, it's, for one thing, it's definitely hard to keep up with. Even I myself am probably not the strongest ally as much as I used to be, because now it's absolutely ridiculous. So especially with the way it is now, I get if you are not an ally. I get that you are not an ally, or if you are not an ally, but if you are just, like, openly discriminating against them, that's a little different. That's a little different if you're like, oh, despite how absolutely shitty it is to say this, like, hate the sin or not the sin, or whatever, if you're that kind of person, cool. Like, then that's fine. Leave it at that, and we're good. Just don't discriminate, and don't be shitty towards them. But how are people... You don't have to be an ally. Don't, like, I get we should be, like, accepting everything, but I'm like, okay, that goes so far, and it's also, like, they don't have to. I'm like, so long as they aren't openly being shitty towards you, you have no reason to complain. That's basically, like, the brunt of it. Like, if they aren't being shitty to, like, LGBT people openly, then there's nothing wrong with it. Cut them some slack. If they're just gonna live and just never think about you, that's it. And that's it. And just leave it at that. You don't have to force it down their throat and make them have to love you, because that's not going to help anything. That's just going to antagonize you more. Oh. Bye.